The Blue Jays come home after a 3-3 road trip in San Francisco and then in Chicago and lose and get crushed by the Boston Red Sox 12-2. That Boston team we saw earlier in the season at Fenway for their home opener, they're definitely a different team here. I mean, it's a rough time right now for Blue Jay fans watching a game like this today. And no Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the lineup today. Kind of shocked with the whole Victoria Day weekend and with it going to be a little bit of a bigger crowd than usual, you thought, well, Vladdy should play this game. He does not. He does not suit up at all for the Jays. Eric Sogard doesn't play with a little bit of an injury. Things aren't looking good for the Jays, and Edwin Jackson and David Price were the starting pitchers in today's ballgame. Not a very good pitching matchup if you're a Blue Jay fan. Not what you want to see. And it's exactly what we expected to happen. Blue Jays went down 2-0 early on. Devers with an RBI single, and then on an error by Luke Maile. Ideally, it was tipped by Richard Urania, but Xander Bogaerts came in to score, making it a 2-0 Red Sox lead early. And then in the bottom of the second, with Billy McKinney on, who do you think's up at the plate that hits a 2-run shot? Oh, maybe Justin Smo, maybe a little bit of Rowdy Tellez, maybe even a Billy McKinney because he's been playing well lately. Luke Maile, for God's sakes. This guy has a 2-run shot off of David Price and crushes it deep and gone into the left center seat. So we got a tie ball game at 2 apiece. But that's it. And we've talked about it over and over, guys, from last year to this year. It's the same thing. When your team scores you runs, especially since they were Edwin Jackson give up a couple runs in the first, the Jays come back in the bottom of the second inning and tie it at 2. Top of the third, all hell breaks loose for Edwin Jackson, and bang, it's a 6-2 game. The Jays, I don't even think they get a hit the rest of the way. And the Blue Jays have no offense, and the Red Sox are like, we're just playing BP now, why not? And they win 12-2. They get 12 runs on 16 hits. The Jays get 2 runs on 3 hits. There is not many positives to take from this game, guys. There really isn't much at all. Jonathan Davis got another hit. He got the leadoff hit of the ball game. And the Jays actually had runners at first and third with nobody out in the bottom of the first inning, but they couldn't get anybody to come around to score. Like I said, Davis goes 1 for 4. Smokey goes 1 for 4. Luke Maile 1 for 3, obviously, with the 2-run shot. And that's it for the offense. Anybody walk? Galvis walked once, and that was it. You had 3 base runners, and then obviously a 2-run shot. Pitching wasn't very good. Edwin Jackson obviously wasn't very good. 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs. 5 were earned, 4 strikeouts and a walk. Not a very good game for Edwin Jackson. Elvis Luciano came out, and he was getting hit all over the place. Inning in the third, 4 hits, couple walks, 4 earned runs. Didn't strike out a batter. He had a rough time. And out of everybody, Derek Law goes an inning and 2/3 of scoreless. He gives up a couple of hits, but no walks, no runs. He's the only guy who throws a scoreless inning for the Blue Jays. Then Ryan Tepera comes out and gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, and a walk, and 2 were home runs, and they weren't just wall scrapers. They were absolute bombs by Xander Bogaerts and Rafael Devers. They were crushed. And just like that, the Blue Jays lose it 12-2. People love to be on, rebuild, thinking about the rebuild, thinking about the young players, and well, what did the young guys do today? Well, the Bisons didn't play. The Fisher Cats didn't play. Lansing plays later on tonight. And the only thing I'm going to even say about the minor leagues is that Joey Murray, the guy that I was talking about, I think I talked about 1 time so far this year. He's the 22-year-old that was in Lansing to start the season, did really well down there, and he is now, there you go, never mind, not a good start for him, but he is now in Dunedin. He's had a really good first few starts there in Dunedin, and today he's on the mound for the Blue Jays. But I mean, in the first inning, he's given up 2 hits and an earned run. Not a very good start to his game, but really that is all. If you're going to look at anything in the minor leagues, that's it. There's not much positive to look from when it comes to this team and the organization as of today, because there's none of the minor league teams are playing. So what do we do now? you look forward to the next game because that's really all you can do. Game 2 of this 4-game flipping set against the Boston Red Sox goes at 7:07 tomorrow night at Rogers Center. Eduardo Rodriguez and Marcus Stroman is the pitching matchup tomorrow. So if Stroman could give us a good outing, that'd be great. And for the Blue Jays, Vladdy will probably be in the lineup tomorrow night. I'm not sure why he wasn't in the lineup today and not tomorrow, but whatever. I mean, you want to throw him up against some of the big-name pitchers, right? I don't think he's faced any of them as of yet. So throw him up against David Price. Why not? Nope, he's going to be going up against Eduardo Rodriguez tomorrow night. But, for Vladdy, he won AL Player of the Week. He hit .333, had 4 home runs, had 9 RBIs. Look, Jays fans, the future is bright for the Toronto Blue Jays. We know that. We know what the minor league system looks like. We know what a lot of the younger players look like. And guys, for the Blue Jays, for Blue Jay fans, yes, we know what our minor league system looks like for right now. So what do you want to look forward to? The draft. I never say that when it comes to baseball, but in the Blue Jays' sake, especially after a game like today, that's really all we can look forward to. And I think it's in like the beginning of June or whatnot, so it's really, really soon now. The Blue Jays have the 11th overall selection in the MLB draft. My personal feeling, I'm praying they go after either a pitcher or an outfielder. That's just my feeling because we all know we don't need infielding. Our catching position isn't bad. We have some pretty good depth with Danny Jansen, Reese McGuire, Alejandro Kirk that I've been talking about a little bit here. Who else? Hagen Danner, and I know there's one other guy that I'm missing. Riley Adams is another guy. There's a lot of great young catchers for the Toronto Blue Jays right now. So I'm not really worried about the catching situation. Infielding, we all know the abundance of infielders this Blue Jays system has. And, look, pitching, you can never have too much of it. And outfielding, who's the Jays' prized possession when it comes to prospects in the outfield? There really isn't any. So I really do believe that they should go out there and draft some outfielders in maybe not the first 2 rounds, but at least in the first 5 rounds, get a couple outfielders. And if there's a guy that's supposed to go in there in the first round, grab him. That or a pitcher. I don't care. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this mess for the Toronto Blue Jays. Short video because it was a terrible ball game and there's not much minor league stuff to talk about. So hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, the video, and the Jays' performance today. Also, your expectations for the MLB draft and what you think the Jays should really focus on heading into the 2019 MLB draft. Your thoughts on the minor leagues. Anybody you've noticed that I have not mentioned before that you're really excited to see eventually come up to the big club, because really, that's all we got to take from right now. Also, congratulations, like I said earlier, to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for being the AL Player of the Week, and hopefully this continues, and we hope to see this on a regular basis from Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and as of late, we want to see him start to have success at home. He had a great 6-game road trip. Now we want to start seeing him do some stuff at home, and to see him have a really good rest of the 3 games against the Red Sox, prove a lot of people. All right, so you know what, guys? Like I said, that's going to do it for this one. And Evan and I will talk to you guys podcast. Initially, it was supposed to be tomorrow. I'm not really sure if it's going to happen tomorrow. It might be on the weekend. It's kind of all over the place right now, but I'll keep you guys posted about when that will be. All right, so guys, links are in the description, though, for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and check out Mo Buckets on Twitter, Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. He posts all the highlights from the Jays games. Not really the lowlights, because today's game he's not really going to post a whole lot, because why the heck would you want to talk about this mess? All right, but go check him out, though, guys. Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. Great guy, great content, and he's just an all-around great dude. We hope to have him on the podcast very, very soon. All right, and I will talk to you guys. Raptors edition, Game 4, Scotiabank Arena tomorrow night, 8:30 tip-off, as the Raptors in a huge pivotal Game 4. You win your split series. You're in even 2 games apiece going back to Milwaukee. You lose. You're down 3-1, and then you're in a must-win situation in Milwaukee. Not a very good situation to be in, but we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out tomorrow night at Scotiabank Arena. Like I said, 8:30 tip-off. And as for the Blue Jays, their next game is tomorrow night. Like I said, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center, as the Jays play Game 2 of the 4-game set against the Boston Red Sox. Eduardo Rodriguez, Marcus Stroman are the starting pitchers in tomorrow night's game, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and not the game today. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.